Welcome back to Say It With Your Chest.
Episode 8, I guess. Is that what we're on?
Yes. Last week was episode 7.
And
you guys didn't have any video last week, which I got a lot of complaints about. But it's just because we tried to do something different and like do a new location, and it didn't necessarily work out the way we wanted it to. So this week we're trying another new location.
Our fans are very demanding.
No, they are. Like, they wouldn't, like, you guys wouldn't have been happy with last week's episode.
No, we would have gotten fucking flamed.
Flamed.
Put that out.
So we just put the audio out for last week. My mom doesn't know how to work Spotify or Apple, so she missed that one. So this week we're in our living space.
We're in our hallway.
Yeah. It's like a eating / living / everything space that we have. And coming at you from a new location.
A new location. Because you guys didn't see the old new location.
Yeah. The last location will be like a secret. Like, no one will ever know. Okay. Guess down below.
So, episode 8.
What are we talking about?
Right. Okay, sorry guys, we're like stalling here.
Well,
no,
I want to know
what we're talking about.
Yeah, what
is
okay, whatever. Sorry.
Friends who. Well, no, it's more like no, it's more like this. We want to talk about: do you tell your friends everything? Yes or no?
Yes, basically that is like a good way to frame it. Like, recently what's been on our minds is like, how much do you share with other people versus how much do you keep to yourself?
Yeah, that's actually really true.
Right. So I think
what's your take on it?
Okay, well, my take on it is like, I have 2 different personalities. So it's really a hard situation. So like, I'm being dead ass right now, because sometimes I wake up and my mouth is just like open. Like, I just spill everything to everyone.
Right.
I have no filter. I'm like, oh my God, Hannah, why did you just fucking say that?
Right.
But then other times I wake up and I'm like, I'm not talking to anyone today. Or like, if you want to know, you have to like specifically ask me, or else I'm not sharing anything. I guess it's like just a dependent on a mood thing, or I guess I only tell people things when I think they care.
Interesting.
You think that's interesting?
Yeah. Well, what I have to say about this is that, okay, I think I used to like not tell anyone literally anything.
It's like really true.
And I've gotten a lot better, I think.
I also would agree with that statement.
Yeah. Like,
no, it was really
in
bad.
college, everyone would call me like shady and like sketchy because I never like said anything.
But also, I think this is also why we wanted to talk about this, because like, Jess used to be the type where I'm like, you're my best friend. And sometimes she'll just like, she would tell me things eventually that like happened months ago that I'd be like, do I even fucking know you? And I would be really upset because I feel like, especially to that level of like friendship, I'm like, why are you not saying things? Obviously, like, I know now that it has really not as much to do with me than it does.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, with like her fucking issues. But
okay,
like, that was like,
yeah, and I learned that you can't like do that to your friends.
Right. So that's what our take is.
The other thing is that sometimes you just don't want to fucking tell people things. Yeah. And I'm fucking standing on that. Like, sometimes there are just things that you're like, you know what? I don't fucking want to tell anyone right now.
Well, I think it was especially like, I mean, for you, it was especially about boys, but I feel like it was like, you're like, let me see like how this pans out. Like if it's not gonna be anything serious, then why do I need to tell anyone about it?
Yeah, that. Yes,
but I like personally like to go through like the ups and downs with my friends. Like it's just all like a story. Why are you shaking your head like that?
Oh, because I don't agree.
I'm talking about my personal opinion.
I know.
Of how I like to go about my life. Because with my friends, I like to experience all the little moments. I like to hear about, the guys that didn't work out for, I don't know, like just keeping updated with what you're dealing with. Or not you specifically, but.
Yeah. I don't have fucking guy problems. Just kidding. Okay, anyway. But what I'm saying basically is that, okay, this is like back in college we're talking about. Like now I pretty much tell Hannah like everything about guys.
She tells me so much. I don't even like push anymore, which I'm like.
It's kind of crazy.
I know, because the more I push, I feel like the more like no one wants to tell me anything.
Yeah.
But like now I'm so in the loop and it makes me really, really happy.
Okay, because I feel like everyone can relate to this to some extent. It's like when you're like doing the whole like situationship thing or like whatever, like it's kind of like embarrassing. So it's like, okay, like if something happens and I know like in the back of my head that like this literally isn't gonna matter in like a month, 3 months, 6 months, a fucking day, an hour. It's like, why am I gonna waste my time telling everyone about it when in the long run of things it's probably not going to really matter? And also I would just like be fucking embarrassed because it's like I feel like when you're in a situationship, it's like you know that it's like bad and you know that it's like just like fucking weird vibes. So, but you still like do it because you like don't really have. Well, you have a choice, but like it feels like you don't have a choice, I guess. I don't know. So talking about it is just like fucking weird. Like it's like,
I mean, and I also recognize that I'm not the best person to talk about these things with because I can't like add in my own like cringy stories or like bad experiences.
That's the other thing. It's like I'm just saying all this stuff about like this guy who probably doesn't give a fuck about me, and Hannah's sitting over here in this like 6-year-long relationship, and I'm like, well, I know, but I think
I know, because it would be a lot better if we could go like back and forth of like sharing stories, which I totally get, but that's why I feel like I need to know more because like I don't want to be out of the loop just because I have like a boyfriend because I'm like obviously
it's her punishment.
Like it's really annoying though because like there's like whole conversations about guys that I can't really participate in. But I still want to be like part of, like those
in the loop.
Yeah, I just want to be in the loop and like what's going on.
Yeah, but then I think once I realized that, like one, it literally doesn't like fucking matter.
Right. I already like also most of the things that you tell me about like about that like I don't remember.
Yeah. Actually, I realized that too.
Like I'm like, who are you talking about?
Yeah. So that's one good thing. I don't know. If you have friends that have good memories, maybe don't tell them. I don't know. Just kidding. You should tell your friends everything. But, okay, yeah. So one thing is you don't really remember. But two, I realized it doesn't, like, actually matter. Like, if it's embarrassing, then, well, it's not embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing. One.
Yeah. That was something that I had to learn. Like, it's just not embarrassing, so it's fine. But then also, it's fun to, like, just laugh about these things. Yeah. You know? Because it doesn't need to be so serious.
If it's not going to be, like, the one, then you might as well get a good laugh out of it.
Yeah. And it makes it, like, more fun to talk about. It makes the experience more, like, silly, I guess. So, yeah. Personally, definitely have gotten a lot better with that. But I feel like people always tell us, like, they're like, oh, like, I don't feel comfortable telling my friend that or, like, stuff like that.
Well,
which is kind of what we're supposed to be talking about, but we got a little sidetracked.
Right.
About our own personal experience.
Well, like another situation that I had heard about was like, someone not being able to tell their friend about like the guy that they're like semi seeing now, because like the friend is always like,
they just have different views on like how you should handle situationships, I guess. Like one person is more like
if he's
fuck
not
that,
treating you
like,
right,
blah,
like
blah.
fuck you, like go fuck yourself, like you should be done with him, like
Right.
whatever. But also, like that doesn't mean that this person doesn't love their friend any less.
Yeah.
It's just like she thinks that it should be like she doesn't want the opinion. And I think that if you can't be a good friend and listen without giving the opinion, even when someone tells you that they don't want it, then that's when I can see someone being like, okay, I just won't tell you.
Yeah. Which I understand.
Yeah.
We had a friend like that too. That was like, I don't really want you to like say anything bad about like the guy I'm talking to. Which I get. Like some people, like I said, the situationships, it's like you're a little delusional. Like you know probably nothing's gonna happen, but in the back of your head, you're like, maybe something will. Like,
yeah.
You know?
But I also think with the situationships, it's like from the friend perspective, I hear a lot of the bad and not a lot of the good, because I don't see I don't hear my friends coming to me being like, oh, we had this really cute moment, like
okay,
happened,
that is
whatever.
Actually so true.
I hear about it the most when it's like he left me on red, like you know, he texted me at 3 a.m. like this is annoying, like blah blah blah. So that's like
it's taking me back.
I know, but it's not just, I'm not just specifically talking about you at all.
No, I know.
It's like a lot of people.
Yeah, of course.
Pretty much all of my friends. So,
yeah, of course.
What was I saying? Oh, but yeah, I'm only hearing the bad parts of it, so it's hard not to form a certain type of opinion.
Yeah.
When you only hear one side of it, which is like something that I've tried to be more conscious about doing. It's like, I feel bad. Like I feel weird sometimes talking about like my boyfriend, just because it's like I'm the only one with a boyfriend, so I don't want. I'm self-conscious that I'm like talking about it too much.
I don't think that you are.
Okay, that's good. But I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like, a little self-conscious about it. So I don't want to just talk about, but then I feel like I'm just talking about like if he pisses me off or something. Like I just feel like that's a bad way to like talk about people.
Yes, I get what you're saying.
So you need to like talk about someone in a more balanced way.
Yeah. That makes sense. I think that, I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, you probably should tell your friends like most stuff
like
going on.
I completely agree. I don't think that, I mean, we always say like there's levels to friendships, but if you consider these people like your closest people, I think that if you don't feel comfortable sharing with them, then that's like a self-reflection moment maybe.
True. Yeah. I think that's like what like changed about me when I like started to like open up more, I guess. I was just kind of like, well, why am I exactly doing
Why are you being so secretive? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, well, now I don't need to do that anymore. Because I realized that it's fine. You know?
Yeah.
It's good to talk to your friends. You need a sounding board.
Yeah. You need an unbiased opinion.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I'm trying to think, other than boys, what are some things that like friends hide?
Well, I feel like that gets into like when it's not about boys, or maybe even sometimes when it is about boys. A lot of times people will like not say things to their friends if they think their friends are jealous or like stuff like that. I feel like that gets into like friend jealousy.
True.
Vibes, which is really scary.
That's a whole other thing.
I know. If you have jealous friends, like drop them.
Right. You know, actually, I saw someone talking about this on, maybe it was on a different podcast, but I saw it on a TikTok clip. Someone was saying how like they have like and honestly, I completely agree with this.
Okay.
They have a ton of friends who like would be there for them in their worst moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have a million people that they can talk to about their bad day, about like ranting about whatever, and like they know that they would be there for them.
Yeah.
But they have significantly less people that they feel comfortable like celebrating their best moments with,
Mm-hmm.
or just being like, hey, like I fucking did this.
Yeah.
And not be afraid to like be perceived as like bragging or like being full
Mm-hmm.
of yourself. So, and I like kind of agree with that, where it's
I
like
actually
I
agree
feel
with
like
that too.
I have a lot of people that I know would be there when I'm like upset or like
Mm-hmm.
I can talk to about things, but I have less people that I can text and be like, I just did a fucking amazing job at this thing, and
Yeah.
people would be like genuinely happy for me without any like sign of jealousy.
Or yeah. Well, that's like,
or being like, oh, this girl's like
yeah,
completely
bragging too
full
much
of herself.
or
Yeah.
that is definitely like a big thing I think a lot of people struggle with their friends is like one just like I don't know why, but maybe it has to do with social media or something like that, but it's like for some reason like telling people about your accomplishments is like so
It's
awkward.
really hard and awkward. Yeah.
Because I guess nobody wants to seem like that person that's like bragging or whatever, but it's like it's okay to
be
like
proud of yourself.
yeah, like it really is. And I don't know exactly what it is that makes people feel like, well, not just people, even like myself, feel like you can't do that, but it is like okay and normal to like celebrate your accomplishments and like stuff like that. I think it gets bad when it turns into like every time one of your friends says something, you're like, oh well, like I did this.
Don't try
like,
to
blah,
one
blah,
up
blah. Yeah,
someone.
like stuff like that. But I don't know. Celebrate your fucking wins, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that goes
something.
into like the whole like jealousy thing with friends. I've seen like a lot of people talk about stuff like that too, where like they feel like it's kind of like the people that are like preying on your downfall kind of thing, where it's like, oh, when you're like down or sad or like something's not working out, they're like, yeah, like they'll talk bad with you and stuff like that. But then when something's good, they're like, okay, and you know, like they don't really like say anything, which sucks. And I feel like that happens a lot in like big friend groups.
Right. And there's been moments too when I find out like someone did something like I, for example, like this is like a not real example, but like like if a friend was like, oh, like I got an award at college or whatever, like it was something like that, whatever. And when I was in college, and I was finding out about it like at a group like hangout or whatever, and I was like, why wouldn't you tell me that happened? Like, you know, but like people don't share those things. And then I'm just like, oh, that's like weird that like I don't know about this, you know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Stuff like that. I know that happens, but I can't think of any like actual examples. You know what I mean? Like I've definitely been in that situation, but I can't like think of anything right now. But yeah, when that happens, I definitely do wonder like, oh, why didn't they tell me that? But then I'm also like, I don't know, maybe they didn't want to say it like a million times. You know what I mean?
Well,
then
I think it's just like people.
okay,
that's what I
like
I think that's what we're saying though, is that people like are afraid that people won't be genuinely happy for them, so then they don't say anything.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
I know. It's such a interesting topic. Like there's so many layers
and
to
a
it.
million different reasons of why someone would do something or not do something. And they're not like everyone has their different reasons, but
right. I don't know. It's crazy to think about.
I just feel like with my closest friends, like I feel like I don't have any things that like are off limits to talk about.
Yeah. I guess same. Like
if someone asked me.
Yeah.
Or, like I don't think I have any topics where I'm like absolutely not.
not willing to.
I feel like I should fix it.
Yeah. Guys, this was part of our problem last week. For some reason, my computer won't stay
locked
on.
Yeah.
It goes to sleep, and that is why we had.
So then when we
last
turned
week.
the camera back on, it was pitch black.
Yeah, and then it was bad. Okay. Anyway, yeah, this topic was very interesting. It's like another episode about friends, kind of, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a big part of our life.
Yeah, true. Because 20 vibes,
Yeah.
Friends are a huge thing. Okay. Should we move into our weekly recaps?
Oh, I want to talk about last night really bad because I didn't really even see you to update you on everything. Yeah. Okay. Last night I went to the restaurant that I work at. They were having a get together at a bar. Everyone just got told to meet up at this bar or whatever. This is something that I normally would never do or ever be interested in doing. I feel like work is work, friends are friends, whatever. But I was gonna try something new. It also was a Wednesday, so that was very that made me not want to go. But I went, and it was kind of crazy because so if you've been in near restaurant people, you know that restaurant people drink a lot. They drink so much. I couldn't even walk 3 feet without someone asking me. It was about 20 people. I couldn't even walk 3 feet without someone asking me if I wanted to do a shot with them.
Okay.
And I was like, no, I can't do shots right now.
Right.
Because I have work in the morning, so I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But the things that you find out when restaurant people are drinking is kind of crazy. The tea that I found out is kind of crazy. There are some people who have been outed as rats, I guess.
Oh, snakes?
Yes.
Okay.
Snakes or rats. To management.
Tea.
Yeah. So there were whispers going on about that, which I was like, oh my God.
Were those people there?
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully no one watches this. I don't think they
I know.
do.
I'm like, this is kind of
I know, but I just feel like this is good shit, and whatever happens happens. But I don't think they watch this.
Okay.
Yes, that was crazy because now I need to be a little bit more careful. Let's go back to the no filter thing because I need to be a bit more careful about who I'm talking to because these actually are people that I talk to a lot.
Yes.
So yeah, that was crazy. There was a major breakup that happened in the restaurant that no one knew about that came to light when everyone was drinking. So that was crazy. I won't air their business, but that was nuts.
Okay.
2 people were, sneaking off to the bathroom.
Ooh.
And did not return.
Ooh.
Right?
I like that.
But it was kind of crazy. Everyone was like, where are they? Still don't know what happened to that bathroom, but they were not to be seen again. And then lastly, this person that I don't really get along with anymore was there when I didn't think that that person was going to be there. And I was really, really mad at first because they didn't say hi to me.
Okay.
It's hard to say this without giving a lot of context because they're people are probably who cares? They didn't say hi, whatever.
Basically, you guys got into a big fight at the restaurant.
Yeah, we got into a fight. There was yelling involved, and
you hadn't seen him since.
Yeah, I thought he moved away.
Right.
So he was there. He kind of doesn't even look at me, whatever.
And you guys were friends before.
Yeah, we were friendly.
That's all the context you need.
Yeah. But then at some point, like everyone, like, and at some point in the night, everyone's just a little too drunk, and you end up like talking. So we ended up talking. We didn't like discuss anything. We just kind of like had a chill conversation. So I squashed some beef. I got some tea. Um, I do think it's kind of strange. Like at some point, I looked around and it was just me and like 3 like grown men, and I was like, I don't really like this situation anymore. Like I really do enjoy like hanging out with them. Like I like them. But at some point, you gotta look at the optics, and you're like, oh yeah, I think I should head out. Especially they started talking about like basketball or football or whatever, and I was like, yeah, I'm checked out. There were some people that I like was really weird to see outside of work. There's this one guy where I'm like, I only picture you as like so and so from Sweet Cheeks. Like to see him out in the wild, I was like,
you just said where you work.
Oh, can we? I can like, bleep it. Okay, yeah, no,
I'll bleep it out.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So there's this one guy that like I could never even picture outside of work, but we taught him how to take his first. Well, I don't think it was his first way. We taught him the right way to take a tequila shot.
Oh,
and it was so cute.
That's cute.
Yeah. Like with the salt and the lime. But yeah, it was a really fun night. I'm glad that I went. I was like not feeling my best this morning, but I had my new like motto is go to work tired. So, all in all, I think it was a good night.
Good. That's good. I was like telling her like you're gonna have fun.
I almost didn't go, and Jess told me I should, and I'm glad I did. I mean,
yeah,
it's like I feel like you break the ice when you like hang out with people from work outside of work. Yeah, like, you got to do it once, and once you do it once, it's normal. Yeah. So I felt like I broke the ice.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, that's really good.
I did a quick little Irish goodbye though.
Oh, that's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, I wasn't gonna be like bye. Yeah. And it's also that awkward moment where like that awkward moment where you don't know if you should get up to hug someone. Yeah. Because a lot of the people that were there like had quit. Oh. So people were like, "Oh my god, I haven't seen you," or whatever. I like work with them still, so I'm just like, I don't really need to
hug you.
Like, do I get up and hug you? Like, I don't like that.
That's awkward.
I don't like hugs in general, like let alone with people I don't really know that well. So yeah, but I'm glad I went.
Yay, that's so good. Yeah, love that. Okay, my weekly recap. Well, I went to the Sip and Strut, as I'm sure you guys saw on our Insta story. It was very, very fun. I went with our friend Lexi, who you guys know. Our legs were literally freaking burning after we did their 15-minute workout. Like we were dying.
The walk or the workout?
No, the workout. Okay. So it's basically you do the mile walk, and then these two sisters started this like workout business, I guess you can call it. Called Two Toned Fitness, I think is the name of it. And they teach at Equinox, but they also run this Sip and Strut thing. And their workout was literally so hard. Like me and Lexi were sore for like the next 2 days. Like it was insane. But then they had all the wellness stuff that I was telling you guys about before. The cold plunge from Sweat House, which is like all around Boston. They had like cupping therapy. They had cryotherapy, which was really cool. That was like a cold usually it's like you go into like a chamber, which is just really cold, and it helps with like inflammation and all of that like good stuff. But here they just had like, it was basically like a spray tan wand, because obviously they couldn't bring the whole chamber to like
that's the chamber that people step in and get. Okay, yeah, I know.
But they just had like a cold like spray tan wand essentially, while like since they couldn't bring obviously the chamber, whatever. And then they also gave us like drink tickets, and they were partnering with Peroni, I think is the name of the beer, and they made like beer mimosas, which was interesting. I don't really like beer or orange juice.
They made beer mimosas?
Yeah,
that's sick.
I don't like really either of those things, but I had a sip. It was good. So overall, that was really fun. They try to do them every month. I think in October they're doing 2 because they're doing one for breast cancer and another just like regular one. So yeah, I would say definitely check it out. Check out their Instagram. It's like Sip and Strut Boston. Really cool stuff. Yeah. That was on Saturday. And then tonight I'm going to the Sabrina Carpenter concert.
I'm literally so jealous.
Yeah.
Actually, some of my friends from work are going as well.
Really? Yeah. Again, our friend Lexi that you all know, her cousin had an extra ticket. So I'm going with Lexi, her cousin, that's it, to Sabrina Carpenter tonight, which I'm really excited for. I have no idea what I'm going to wear.
Oh my god, yeah.
I got to figure that out.
I was going to ask you, what are you going to wear?
I literally have like no idea, guys. I don't know, but
I mean,
I'll whip something together.
Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of pressure on it because I don't think like.
Well, that's what I thought too. And then I looked on TikTok like Sabrina Carpenter tour outfits just to see like what the vibes were. People are going like all out.
Well, I mean for you, yeah, but I don't think that you're gonna like take a bunch of pictures unless you like ask them to take a picture of you.
Okay,
you know
that is true. That is true. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just gonna like fucking throw something together and go with it. But actually, I'm getting ideas right now as I'm talking
for outfit ideas
about my closet. But yeah, that's basically my weekly recap. Oh, and we have a real Bumble BFFs update. I'm going to my first hangout on Saturday.
I can't wait to hear about this. Actually,
I'm getting lunch.
Where?
This place on Newberry Street called Sonsi.
I have wanted to go there. I told you about that place. I want to go there.
Picked it out. She picked it out.
It's very like trendy.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go there.
Yeah, so we're getting lunch there on Saturday. She sent me like the Resi like invite, which I loved. Like I just thought that was such good vibes. Like you know you can send people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just really like that because I love like making reservations and like open table and Resi. So like when she sent that, I was like, okay, this is like really good vibes because like I like doing that. So you know, things in common.
Maybe we could do a restaurant review next week because that's the restaurant I really want to try. And then on Saturday, I'm going to Rochambeau near the Prudential.
Oh, cool.
So we can do a little restaurant update.
Yeah,
next week.
Yeah. So we're doing this new thing where it's gonna be what we're saying with our chest this week.
Yeah, something you just want to say like loud and proud.
Yeah. So my thing, I guess. Okay, this might sound like hypocritical with our with the whole episode what we just talked about. But what I'm saying with my chest this week is that it's okay to be selfish.
What? Okay, like while I also agree with that statement, it's just a crazy timing.
I know
to put it in this episode.
I know, but I don't mean in regards to that. Okay, backstory to why I'm saying this week is because me and Hannah had loose plans to get dinner with like someone that we're reconnecting with.
Yeah.
That we haven't like seen in a couple of months, but like we were very happy to see her, whatever. But we had these loose plans. And then our friend, Lexi, told me that she had this extra ticket to Sabrina Carpenter. And I'm the kind of person where instead of just saying yes, like most people would, I was like, okay, but like maybe let me see if I can like try to do dinner early and then go, or like I'm the type of person where I would rather. Yeah, but no, I'm saying like I'm the kind of person where instead of just being like, okay, it would just make me happier to like do this.
Yeah.
Like I would rush around all day and like try to make every little thing work to not make someone else like potentially upset or like just like flat out cancel on them and stuff like that. But then I was thinking about it and I was like, anyone else in this situation would just be like, I got like tickets to go to a concert.
Yeah,
so
that's like just a different situation.
Yeah. And yeah, we did try to like make the plans earlier and stuff like that, but then it didn't work out on both sides. But if she had said yes, then I would have done that and it would have been like rushing around and crazy.
But I'm just saying, like, you actually would have done that.
Yeah, but then after it didn't work out
on you.
No, well, I'm saying this whole experience made me realize that it's okay to be selfish.
Right.
With things like that. Okay, what's yours?
Okay, mine is you don't always need to apologize.
Tea.
I think that there's some things that you should apologize for, but I think like grow up a little bit. Like not like I don't think you need to apologize for everything to move on from a situation.
Okay.
Or like have a whole big reconciliation.
Okay.
Unless it's like really fucking deep, but if it's not that deep, just like kind of pretend it didn't happen.
Oh, pretend it didn't happen? Tea.
Well, that's what kind of like remind me from the situation from last night where I was expecting an apology, and when I didn't get one, I realized I could still be cool with someone that didn't apologize to me for the way that he spoke to me.
Right.
And I'm okay with it.
Okay.
So my say it with your chest line of the week is you don't always need to apologize. Sometimes you just move on.
Okay. Amazing. I love that. It's okay to be selfish, and you don't always need to apologize. Like assholes. I know. To move on. So that is what we're fucking saying with our chest this week.
Yeah.
And if you want to come at us, fucking come at us.
We can take it.
We're standing on business. Thank you guys for listening and watching again. Love you all. See you next week. Bye.